Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 202. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Bryan. What's up, Bryan?
Hello.
All right. In case anybody didn't know, this is my 2,700th video. Okay? So, I know it's a crazy night, Monday. She got wrestling and everything, so anybody feel free to pop in and pop out if you want. But we got some massive news now. I don't know if you heard about this, Bryan, but there was news about Sony inking a deal with Disney to have the Amazing Spider-Man appear in the Marvel Disney films. Okay,
Really?
because what's happening? Yes, what's happening is that the Amazing Spider-Man franchise is not going the way they expected it. Okay, they're really, really worried, and they don't want to give up the character at all. But they're trying to mend the fences. They're trying to work more closely with Marvel to have a better partnership. Okay, because Marvel retains the merchandising rights, and they also put out the comic books. So the plan, which I always said from the beginning, that they probably have Spider-Man in the Infinity Gauntlet, which would be Avengers 3, I believe. But that was always going to be him appearing in Avengers. Now, another rumor is that he's going to become an Avenger, possibly in Avengers 3. But I think this is a good idea that they may have him pop up in some of the movies for, like, a cameo or something, and then lead into Avengers. I think this is a great idea, and it's also, if Sony gets some good input with Marvel on the direction of which way they should go with the Spider-Man movies, maybe Sony will listen, and we can have a better integrated franchise with Spider-Man. So, what do you think about that?
Uh, well, I think that I would definitely love to see Spider-Man in the Avengers. I think it'll be cool. So yeah, I'm all for that.
What about in other movies like Doctor Strange or like other Marvel Disney movies?
Uh, yeah, of course, yeah. I
Yeah.
yeah. It now this will be it'll be Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. And also the plans about the Sinister Six and all that stuff. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone with Amazing Spider-Man 3, as well as the female spin-off, possibly of, could be the Blackout or something. Nothing is set in stone. So, maybe they'll get some input on what to do, or, I think a partnership is a good idea because lately Marvel and 20th Century Fox are in terms right now. Marvel, Disney, and 20th Century Fox. 20th Century does X-Men, does Fantastic Four. I'm not happy the way they treat X-Men books either. What's up, Chris? What's going
You
on?
guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you. Welcome to the
What's up,
Everything
Chris?
Show 202. What's going on?
Hey,
You
what's
hear
up?
us?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the Everything Show 202. It's also the 2700th video.
Oh, wow.
So, and we were just talking about, yeah, I know, right? Crazy.
Crazy.
We were just talking about how Sony is trying to get a deal with Marvel Disney to have Spider-Man in the franchise with Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Oh, they got to do it. They've got to do it. I mean, I've been reading stuff today about how I don't know if you want to go into this a little bit later or whatnot, but I think
You can go into it. Might as well.
I think that from what I'm hearing, they want Avengers 3 and 4 to be like, 3 to be 2 parts, and they're thinking about having a totally different hero roster. So
Right,
I
but I
think
heard that Josh Whedon had said that was nonsense.
I
It's
hope
not
so.
2 parts. It's not 2 parts, he said.
It's
Uh,
not.
no.
That's see, I was all for the 2 parts.
By the way.
Yeah, no, Josh Whedon had said absolutely not. That was on a fan forum. So that's out the window.
Well,
But
that's good. I see. I was hoping that they would have done 2 parts because I mean it would have made it. I think they could build Thanos up better in a 2-part thing. But as for
See, the thing-
Spider-Man, oh, go ahead.
they could always do a 3-hour or 4-hour Avenger movie. Like Lord of the
Really?
Rings. They could do just a long movie. And also to keep in mind that it's 3-4 years from every Avenger movie. So it's way too long to wait for, unless they film it back to back.
Yeah,
It'll be way too long to wait for a continuation.
yeah. Well, I mean, anyway, with if they really are trying to iron out a deal to get Spider-Man in there, I mean, I think they need to do it because I think that could. I don't want to say potentially. I mean, it could potentially save the trouble that Spider-Man that franchise is in right now.
Right.
It will give it a better story as to where they can go from there. But I hope if they
What's up,
do
Danette?
that, which they will, I think they'll tie in the any continuity issues that they could have with that. Hopefully they don't just say
Yeah.
like, "Oh, he showed up,"
Yeah, let's
Hey,
just scrap
Danette.
the whole. Hey, Danette.
Hello.
Hi. This is the 2700 video, Danette. And this is
Oh,
also
wow.
the Everything Show 202.
Cool.
So it's going to be pretty cool. We're talking about Spider-Man possibly being in the Disney films for Marvel. That Sony is working out a deal for him to be in the Infinity Gauntlet and, maybe be part of the Avengers roster. Now, if only 20th Century and Disney could work together, because originally things were good before until they used Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in the Days of Future Past, but they cut Scarlet Witch's part. So, and Fantastic Four, Marvel is not promoting the Fantastic Four at all, comic book wise. They're not like putting on the same posters as the 75th anniversary. They're not doing nothing with it. So it's a disaster. Like they're even killing off Wolverine in the comics. It's like why bother? Why are they hurting their own characters? So I think they should work together and have everybody in the Infinity Gauntlet.
it's almost like
X-Men, Fantastic Four, everybody, because that's the way it was in the comics.
it's almost like
That would be
they're
cool
trying to
to have.
sabotage characters that they can't use right now in movies. That's what it feels like.
Right. Like just certain things with like Galactus, you can't have him.
Yeah.
And Silver Surfer, and that's the big part of the. They got that 20th Century Fox got Silver Surfer because it tied in with Fantastic Four.
Right.
So
I hated the
there
Galactus.
you go. So
I hated the Galactus.
I'm hoping even if they going after Thanos, like flying. I would just have the Fantastic card, just like fly into,
Mm-hmm.
like space or whatever. Like just everybody go together, boom. That'd be cool if they could do that. But and the Avengers versus X-Men, all the actors want it, but the movie companies don't.
Yeah.
So that would have been cool too. That was supposed to be like Hugh Jackman's final movie. They were having rumored
As
for a while.
Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that would have been awesome to see. And that was like the target 20.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Disney, Marvel, helping out Sony would be a great deal of help to that troubled franchise because, they just, they're tying. First of all, you ruin yourself when you say that Oscorp creates all the villains.
Right.
That just ruins it right there because Oscorp really was terrible. So,
Well,
I don't know. What do you think, Danette?
Well, see, I don't understand,
What do
especially
you have to
I
say,
know that
Danette, about the whole?
the whole thing with them changing stuff in the comics, like making Thor a woman killing off Wolverine and all this stuff. I don't understand why
Captain
they're doing all
America
that.
too, you know. Captain America too, they turned him into a senior citizen, and the Falcon took over as Captain America.
Yeah, see, I don't understand why they're doing all that crap.
Now, how do you, let me ask you a question, because I didn't get to put it to you. How do you feel that Thor is a woman now?
I don't like it.
Okay. Now, why?
Why? I mean, if they're going to do it with Thor, they could technically, I mean, they can do it with any of them. I mean,
right.
And I don't think they shouldn't be messing with. I mean, yeah, you can change it a little bit, but the foundation of the story that you have written for how many years, and then all of a sudden, oh, we're just going to take this dramatic shift to this.
Right.
Why? If it's worked if it's worked for that long, why change it?
I don't.
If they're gonna have like a like Thor as a woman, they could just like. I think they should like if they're gonna do something like that. I think they should do it like have it like as their children, like if it was like the Thor's daughter or something.
Right. What about you, Chris?
I think, you know, if they're going to turn Thor into a woman, I think that spells disaster for what they could possibly do to anybody else. Yeah. I mean, you know, we could wake up tomorrow and they could be like, you know, Captain America has wings now, you know, and be like, okay.
Well, Captain America does have wings now because it's a Falcon.
Yeah,
no, I mean the super soldier serum made him biologically sprout wings, and now he can fly, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they can do stuff like that with any of them.
I mean, we could wake up tomorrow and they could be like, the Hulk isn't green anymore. He's indigo, and he has the ability to control gravity, and we could be like, that's stupid. Well, I mean, like Bruce Banner, like the Hulk's now indigo. He can control gravity, and you know, hey, that's the Hulk now, and they'll do that for 6 months, and then they'll be like, oh, that wasn't a good idea.
First of all, like making a Red Skull take Professor X's brain out of his dead body and become an onslaught. That's like the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
The hell?
Yeah.
You know.
We got cranial cannibalism here.
Yeah. Okay. The comics are turned into crap.
Seriously, they did that?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah,
yeah, Bryan, I didn't believe it first either.
Go ahead, go on. Tell him.
Yeah, he eats his brain, and apparently by doing that, he gets Xavier's psychic abilities. So now we've got like Red Skull with like super psychic powers on the level of Professor Xavier. So basically, if he wanted to, he could amplify that power using like Cerebro or something, or build his own, and then be like, oh, my ideals, everything that I had in my head that I wanted to do, basically the whole planet now is under my control, and nobody would know. So it's like, what? Why not?
Well, it gets worse. It gets worse, Chris.
Does it?
Bryan. Yeah, because in 7 and 8 months, they showed a preview of all coffins. Like the Fantastic Four are gonna die, and all these other heroes are gonna die, and it's for real. It's like, look, obviously they're trying to hurt the Fantastic Four movie. So they're hurting their own characters because they'll bring them back in a year or two after. They're trying to kill Wolverine off because, you know, think they're hurting that. They're not doing nothing. The X-Men books, they're making crap because this is happening. Thor, because you don't want to pay him extra money, so what are you going to do? You're going to throw a female Thor in the movie, thinking it's going to generate this? It's like, and then they're planning because, you know, a new roster for the Avengers. First of all, it should have the same roster for the third movie, too. Just
Am
add a
am
couple
I the
Avengers.
only one who thinks that that's a really bad idea?
It's a really bad idea.
Okay.
It's a really bad idea. You can't not have a familiar face. I mean, first of all, I heard that the original plan was Avengers 4 was going to have a new roster. Okay.
Right.
I heard that, and I understand that, and it makes sense because it'll be like 10 years that the Avengers is out. So, okay, time for something new. I'll get that. That's fine. But, you can't, like, rush it and make it like they're talking about killing Captain America off in Captain America 3. Captain America just came out. Like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, why do you have to reflect the comics and rush it for the movies now? Because they're going to start screwing it up, I'm telling you. They're going to start screwing up the faces to mimic the comics. Now, Age of Ultron comic is terrible. And you're making a movie out of it thinking it'll be better.
Well,
and they started doing time travel stuff with that, too.
I think that the Age of Ultron, what they're doing with that, I think the movie's actually going to be pretty good. What I'm worried
I'm
about,
guessing.
though, yeah. Oh, what I'm worried about, though, is like what you said, and I agree. I think they're going to start doing things that don't make much sense, but they think it's a good idea. And let me just say, I did, in my opinion, if Marvel's movies start to fall, that's going to be it for the superhero movie franchise for a while.
Yeah.
The craze will die with Marvel because there's no way DC, with the decisions they're making now, and I don't care how many people say, oh, we got to give it a chance. No. The way DC is going right now, they are not going to be able to sustain an interest in movies like this. It's not going to happen.
I'll give you an example. I want to talk about Avengers 3, but I'm going to give you Avengers 2, but I want to give you an example about DC.
Yeah.
You know the 52 thing that they had?
Yeah.
They changed the whole entire universe for that whole storyline. Now they're going to bring back Crisis of the Infinite Earths, and they're going to bring back the classic DC universe. So it's like, bye-bye 52. Like, for no reason.
This is why I don't read comics, because I feel like it's just, it's going in a circle, and it never ends. It's just like, why?
But I want to talk about, all right, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna take a guess about Avengers 2.
Yep.
Okay. Ultron wins because the Avengers disband. Captain America tries to form a new team. They fail. They take over the Earth. They kill billions of people. And then they're going to do like the comic, but a time travel thing. And they're going to use the time gem for Tony Stark to go back in time and prevent Ultron from basically taking over. And then they win in the end. And then they've realized that they have to keep the original Avengers team together, but they're trying to twisting ideas from from Defenders, I mean, where they gotta the original team's gotta be there to face these threats, and I think that you could have the original team, but you could also add members like Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, whatever. You could add Scarlet Witch, but just keep the original roster.
Yeah.
And sure, but the Avengers always grew. Like there was like a one time with so many. And then even split it, West Coast Avengers, So I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to lose, and they're going to use the time gem, and then and that's going to be another gem that they're going to have for the Infinity.
Personally, I honestly, I don't think that they're going to do anything too out there or too creative, I should say, not too out there, too creative with Ultron, because I honestly think that this movie. This is how I'm seeing it. You watch the Dark Knight series, right? And you watch Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. Does the Dark Knight really have much to do with like the main storyline that is being set up with that was set up with like the League of Shadows in Batman Begins and the Dark Knight Rises?
No, it wasn't.
No.
So that's what I think is going to happen with this Ultron story. I think because we all know that Joss Whedon has said, I like Ultron, so I want him to be in the sequel. I honestly think that it's going to be the stuff that happens around Ultron that connects to Avengers 3 and the Thanos storyline, because I feel that Ultron is going to just kind of be like they're just using him as a villain for just the Avengers, but he's not going to be the villain of the
Right.
story like Thanos is going to be. So unfortunately,
Well,
I think that means Ultron's going to get not tossed aside, but not used the way that people are expecting him to be.
Well, kind of
the
like
end of Avengers 2 is supposed to lead into Ragnarok, where Thor's going to die or something. And I think that's where they're going to set up the female Thor. Yeah, it's supposed to lead into Ragnarok for Thor 3. With Thor, Loki, Enchantress, possibly the female Thor they may do. So, but then they're talking about Captain America, which killing Captain America. I'm not happy about that either.
Is Avengers 2 supposed to go like they did with Captain America with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Is that going...
the Shield doesn't exist anymore.
No, it does exist. It's just being reformed.
It's just being rebuilt.
The movies will affect S.H.I.E.L.D., I guess.
Yeah.
But I do feel that S.H.I.E.L.D. will be back, full strength, and we'll have something like that.
Because I keep hearing rumors that in the Avengers 3, a main storyline is going to be how Coulson is reintroduced to the team. And
that's going to tie in with Thanos.
Yeah.
They'll probably tie in with Infinity Gauntlet. And that will make the sales from the S.H.I.E.L.D. go through the roof.
Oh yeah.
Because they're making Mockingbird in there, so they're starting to do West Coast Avengers, possibly. Maybe they'll have two Avenger teams split. And they're also going to have Guardians of the Galaxy, supposedly, in Avengers 3. All of them.
Yeah.
With Drax being, so pretty cool stuff. And especially Spider-Man's part of the mix. That's fantastic.
Well, hopefully, anyway.
Oh, God, they got to get that deal going.
I mean, because they do this, and then all of a sudden, something will happen. Someone will say something will happen, and they'll be like,
look at the deal. They had everything planned out.
Mm-hmm.
They were nice and nice with 20th Century. They were going to do Avengers vs. X-Men crossover movie. Would have been the biggest thing, right? All of a sudden, Josh Whedon makes an announcement. Oh, I'm going to put Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the movie. And meanwhile, was it Bryan Singer?
Yeah, Bryan Singer.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to have all these mutants all of a sudden because he was using them. He knew about the clause where they both have the rights to them. He took advantage of that. And he rushed his movie out before Avengers 2, which was messed up.
Yeah. And it was kind of funny, too, because when I went to see it, I think when all of us went to see it, that last scene where you see Quicksilver holding his sister, right. Everyone was telling me, that wasn't Scarlet Witch. And I said, it's Quicksilver's sister with red hair.
It was Scarlet Witch. In fact, there was a scene that was cut. There was a scene that was cut.
Yeah.
Where she used powers, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so I get, and here's the thing, they had someone that was going back and forth to all three companies to be like a Marvel ambassador to try to get things going on. Everything fell apart. The moment they put Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in that movie, it was like war. You're talking lawyers, everything went crazy. And that's why, Daniel and Mac Fassbender, they do these little things back and forth, like a joke. Like, X-Men will kick Avengers' butt, Was
it really that bad, like, legally?
They want the movie. They want to fight each other.
Yeah. Was it really that bad legally behind the scenes?
Yeah. It's bad. It's ugly. Yeah. Still going on. You don't even know how bad it is. It's so bad. Marvel's looking to destroy their own comics for a couple-year period. Fantastic Four, X-Men. They're turning into crap. Total crap. Kill Wolverine of totally crap. They're crapping on their own comics just to get. They don't want to promote it in any way. Fantastic Four or X-Men. In any way.
Well, I mean,
totally
think about it from a business standpoint, though. You don't want your competitors. You don't want to be promoting them,
But the thing is, they sold the rights to make the movies.
I know.
Because they needed money. So that's their fault. You shouldn't. That's your characters at the end of the day. It's all about this. No, that's your characters. You should be proud that they make movies.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. It is all about that, though. You know what I'm saying? And
And now, even, you know what they're doing now? Because 20th Century Fox is even more pissed off. Now they're shoving it in their face. Now they want to do a Fantastic Four X-Men
oh
crossover
yeah, I
that they
heard that.
teased that. They teased that before. No, that's going to happen. But if Fantastic Four bombs, it's over. With that, they'll just reboot it
Again.
again.
Yeah.
So they lost Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like, Daredevil, Ghost Rider, all the rights, and they don't want to lose Fantastic Four because they know that they got Marvel by this because they got Galactus Silver Surfer, and they need that for the Infinity Gauntlet. So they're holding on to that. Submariner, all that.
It wouldn't surprise me if they just said, hey, screw it, we're going to do the Infinity Gauntlet without Spider-Man.
Yeah, because Marvel even wants to do Submariner. They wanted
really?
to do stuff. Yeah, they wanted to do stuff with Captain America with Submariner back in the 40s. Like you show the invaders and all that stuff, but they can't do anything.
But they're still gonna
Can't do anything.
They're still gonna do the Daredevil TV show on Netflix, right, Joe?
Oh yeah.
They're doing Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and then the Defenders. They're doing 5 series, 4 for a couple of years, 13 episodes each, and then it leads into Defenders.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to.
So that's pretty cool. But Spider-Man, they got to rework that too. That's just terrible. I can't even. I'm so sick about that.
Especially since, the Amazing Spider-Man universe is actually, I find it more enjoyable than the original one in certain aspects.
I like Spider-Man 1 and 2 from Sam Raimi, absolutely. And then 3, I try to forget that ever happened. And I like Amazing Spider-Man also, but there was no purpose for the Green Goblin in the last movie.
Yeah, no.
Or Rhino. Electro held his own. That was just ridiculous.
I didn't see the Amazing Spider-Man 2 yet.
I won't say anything. But also, we got some other movie news today. If you guys want to switch, want to switch the topic away from superheroes for a second?
Okay.
Yeah. We have Twin Peaks returning. For those of you, I don't know if you ever watched that.
No.
That show's returning in 2016. Also, there's a third Purge getting ready.
Oh,
anybody? Yeah, any fans of the Purge?
No.
Really?
I haven't seen them. No.
All right. I don't like the second one as much as I like the first one. I saw Annabelle. You guys see Annabelle?
No, but I think that I heard it was all right.
It was better than I actually expected it to be.
Yeah.
Is that the horror movie?
Yeah.
I heard who was it? The guy who directed Child's Play wants to do a crossover.
Of course
he wants
does.
Chucky to be in it. Yeah,
He's already doing 2 movies with Chucky. You want to go for the third one? Yeah. Because they're actually doing 2.
When I was a kid, that was the only horror movie character that ever freaked me out.
Really?
Like I watched everything out. Like I watched Alien. I saw all these other horror movies, and I was like, that wasn't scary. Then I saw I was watching an episode of WCW, and he came on the Titantron, and I was like, oh my God, he's real! And then he comes on the Titantron, and he starts like yelling at the Sandman, and I was like, oh my God, he's real! And then it freaked me out when I was a kid so badly.
Wow. I had David Dallas Page put me in a diamond.
Really?
All right, picture with him. I got some nice pictures of.
Wanna play?
Yeah, look it up. Look up the scene. It's Chucky.
I remember that.
WCW.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh my gosh.
God, I
remember that because we just moved to Florida, and I was watching it, and I thought, it's wrestling. It's the nope.
Right.
Nope. Not even safe there.
We also have now, Deadpool. That's getting its own franchise.
Yes.
They're not just one anyway. It's gonna be like 3. So they're making that a big deal, and it's gonna be connected with X-Men, of course.
Yeah, I heard it's not gonna be rated R.
Yeah, that's not cool then. It should be rated R. You got X-Men Apocalypse, which is supposed to be the final chapter of the First Class trilogy, which is interesting.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna see Wolverine in it.
Hmm.
We're gonna see a young Cyclops, Jean Grey, all young versions of him with Hugh Jackman.
Hmm.
And James McAvoy's going to be bald in it,
Yeah.
of course.
Huh?
And then I think they may have Patrick Stewart in them possibly being like, flash forward a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then do something like that. And then Wolverine 3 will be out, and that's when the character will probably return from the comics. They'll probably bring him back to try to make money off of that. So I don't even know why they killed Wolverine off. That's just really dumb. Let's see, what else is going on? Hellboy 3 possibly.
Never seen
We
him.
have Star Trek 3 is filming in Korea and in Canada. Daniel should like that.
When is that supposed to come out, Star Trek 3? Like, is there a date?
Actually, Brian, invite Daniel, because I just want to show him the Star Trek thing.
Okay. You got it.
Yeah, it's
Probably not till next year,
let's
isn't
say
it?
they start filming next year, yeah. And it's going to be in 2016 for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
And William Shatner's going to be in it, and Leonard Nimoy. And that's going to be awesome, because they're going to probably do a TV series follow. Probably restore the universe back to normal, like they should.
William Shatner is back.
What do you think about that, Chris?
I'm not a Star
Trek fan?
No.
What do you think about the Godzilla stuff? About the, a possible King Kong vs. Godzilla for 2020?
I say do it. As long as King Kong is not 30 feet tall, go for it.
And Loki's in the King Kong prequel, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. See, I'm excited for that because I wasn't really a big fan of Peter Jackson's remake.
Tom Hiddleston, yeah.
And I like King Kong. I like the concept of King Kong, but I think that if Legendary and I guess Universal now, if they were to kind of do a kaiju universe, they could kind of have their own, their superheroes with them, and they have their own, here's the next thing that people might get into. So I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see how they do Mothra in this next one, because I can't wrap my head around how they're gonna do her in this movie.
Right, Daniel.
Yes, Daniel.
Daniel. What's up, bro?
Daniel.
Hello.
What's up, Daniel?
How you doing?
Hello.
Are you?
Daniel, what do you think that they're filming Star Trek in Canada and Korea? You happy about that?
What? I heard they were filming in Seoul, Korea. I didn't know they were filming in Canada.
That's what I heard. Yep.
Wow, that's awesome.
Vancouver, Canada. Are you close to that?
Yeah, sure, I guess. Yeah.
You're gonna.
He'll find a way to get close to there.
Dude, you gotta go. Dude, you gotta go for the filming, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta go for the filming. Why wouldn't you? That's your favorite thing.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I could, but
it's in your backyard, dude.
I know.
When Angels Take Manhattan was here, I was there. You gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta start filming and everything in there.
You can meet the cast and William Shatner and stuff, man.
Maybe you could be an extra in there, dude.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be like your dream come true, right?
Dude, let me tell you something. Like I said, when Angels Take Manhattan was in the city, I did everything I could to be there, and I was there. And I was so happy, and I'll never forget that experience. You gotta go, man. You gotta live your dream. You gotta go. You gotta go do your thing. You gotta go there, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's awesome. I
Dude,
heard they were filming.
William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy. I don't even know what the storyline's going to be.
You know,
Go
like
ahead.
I read something that like I read something here that says like they're gonna like William Shatner's gonna come back, but he's not gonna be the Kirk from the Prime universe. He'll be a future Chris Pine Kirk.
That's fine. I don't care. Just as long as it gets restored and it continues.
So like
to use.
yeah, it's like something like that, right? It says right here, the older Kirk will apparently meet the Chris Pine version and both versions of Spock, Zachary Quinto, and Leonard Nimoy. Will also, they'll also be present.
Okay.
So
I think that's awesome that they're getting William Shatner in it. I'm so happy about that. Like that's like.
I mean, what do you think? Like, he's not going to be the Kirk.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's the 50th anniversary, man. You got Kirk and Spock. I don't care.
I know, but like, I mean, a lot of people don't like this idea. They're like, oh, why can't you just come back as the original Kirk? Why does he have to be a future Chris Pine Kirk?
Because the original Kirk is dead.
No, he's in the Nexus.
I would have the Nexus just come to that reality, and then they'd have to deal with that situation.
He died in Generations.
Yeah, but time travel wise, he's still in the Nexus because he prevented Picard from going in the Nexus. So he's still in the Nexus. So.
Yeah, I've been telling Bryan that you said that, but he won't believe me.
They cut a scene where he's chopping firewood at the end of the movie. There was a scene. They cut it, and because they felt that it would confuse people.
Oh yeah,
he's still there. Yeah.
Oh okay.
But
that's cool.
yeah, but I figured you would like that news about Star Trek, Dana.
Oh yeah. That is great. I mean,
now going back to guys. Oh, it's on Dark Horizons. Dark Horizons. That's one of my favorites.
Like you're gonna film in Canada because I heard they're gonna film in Seoul, Korea. I don't know, maybe because it's cheap or something.
It's also it is, but it's also in Canada too, bro.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So like, are you sure without a shadow of a doubt that he will be in there? Because I'm hearing things like, yeah, he may or he may not.
Well, it's still under negotiations, dude. It's definitely filming in Vancouver, Canada, and Seoul, Korea, but it's still under negotiations. Nobody's signed yet.
Oh.
Dollar amount wise, nobody's signed yet. Anything could happen. Just like the deal on the table to have Spider-Man and Avengers 3 may break up too. I mean, that may not happen either. So they're working on a contract right now. So, all right, going back to Andrew Garfield.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, going back to Godzilla, Chris.
Yeah.
Mothra was in Godzilla in the tank.
Yeah.
So,
what I'm trying to figure out though is they've had, because I don't know if you read stuff or heard about stuff, but she was a big thing on set when this movie was being filmed that the cast and everyone talked about. They're like, Mothra. And they were like, if there is a sequel, it's going to definitely be her. So what I'm trying to think, though, is do they just go with giant radioactive moth, or do they give her like some sort of complicated backstory?
No, she becomes the caterpillar that turns into the moth.
No, I know, but like what I mean is, are they gonna keep her as sort of like a defender of the Earth, or are they gonna be like,
No,
I really hope not, because that would just ruin this movie's.
She's just. What do you mean? You want her to be the defender of the Earth?
No, I want her to be more than just a giant, monster. I want her to have some sort of a purpose other than she's giant and she's irradiated.
Well, I thought it's not going to take away from Godzilla being the.
Oh no.
The defender of the Earth, but that's why I think the aliens are going to come in, like Gigan and Ghidorah. Well, they changed the name, Ghidra, Ghidorah. He had two different.
Yeah, in the Showa series, he was Ghidra, and then in the Heisei series is when they started calling him King Ghidorah.
Ghidorah. And then we had Mecha King Ghidorah, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Rodan's easy to do. Rodan, you can give him the same backstory as Godzilla, basically, and just be like, here you go.
I just want to see. I want Giga because I'm a fan of Giga.
Oh yeah, me too.
I want to see him in it, and I want to see even Megalon with the remember when they were like teaming up.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I want to see Jet Jaguar, but I just want to see like a whole bunch of monsters in the third one. I heard that they're going to do that for the third one.
Yeah, Gareth Edwards says he
like,
wants to do a Monster Island concept.
Yeah. But this is, you know how much money they're going to make from this?
Oh, yeah.
They got King Kong, they got people don't understand. They have it forever. It's never going back. The family gave it up. It's ours. So they're going to put out Godzilla movies as much as they possibly can. It's going to be like every couple of years there's going to be a Godzilla movie, guaranteed.
I hope so. Because I agree with you. I think if they put Gigan in one of the movies, I mean, why not?
Dude, look at the free contract that they had, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I talked to you about this, but in order to get Christopher Nolan's movie Interstellar made, he made some weird deal that he gave Friday the 13th back to Paramount Pictures. Right? I don't know because he's a Friday the 13th fan or whatever. So they have Jason back. No more New Line, Freddy Krueger, Warner Brothers. And you know what they're doing? They're saturating the market with Friday the 13th. They're going to have a movie next year. Not only that, they're going to have a freaking TV series with Jason killing somebody every week. And they're going to try to get like some of the classic survivors from Friday the 13th in there so he can chop them up.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
like they're talking about they're talking about Corey Feldman, getting him in as Tommy Jarvis in a friggin' TV series. And while this is going on, the movies, they're going to try to pop it out every year. I think they have 4 or 5 years maybe. So they're going to saturate the crack. I'm a big Friday the 13th fan. What about you, Danette? You like Friday the 13th or not?
It's been a while since I've seen it. But my thing is, if they do the TV series, and he does, like, kill people every week, wouldn't that get a little old after a while?
Well, they're going to start introducing his family members.
Ooh.
They're going to start getting weird. We're going into, like, maybe flashbacks and stuff like that.
Wait,
growing up.
Even Pamela?
What?
Even his mother, Pamela Voorhees?
Yeah. They're going to start doing flashback things, too, yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
The Scream's going to even be on TV.
Yeah.
TV series for MTV.
Evil Dead's getting the show, too.
Yep. And Tales of the Dark Side.
Oh, yeah? Wow.
Twilight. J.J. Abrams putting out Twilight Zone in the movies. After this whole
Abrams does so
stuff
much
is done. And what was the other big thing I had to announce? What was the other big news I had to announce? I just forgot it, too. It's the biggest thing. What was it? It was a horror thing, right? Well, we knew Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They have 2 of them coming out. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street's coming out in a couple of years. They're going to try to bring it back. They said a couple of years.
With Robert Englund?
Don't know. I heard he was asked, but I don't know if that's true either.
Oh, and Luke Skywalker's going to be the Inquisitor.
What?
He had to throw the Star Wars thing in there. I knew he was. We are going to talk. We are going to talk about the Star Wars thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he's the bad guy.
I don't. That would suck.
I told you that he's going to turn to the dark side.
No, he's not.
Chris?
This is the thing about that, and this is something that I've talked to one of my friends who is a Star Wars fanatic, like you would not believe. This is the thing about
that.
There would be people walking out of me included, if they did that, because you cannot turn Luke to the dark side in this series. He is the embodiment of good in the Star Wars movie universe. What
It'll be
you do
over.
in the expanded universe, that's up to you. People don't have to read that. But people go see this movie, they see Luke to the dark side, and they're like, I'm out. And they're literally
Because
gonna
what would be
leave.
the purpose? What would be the purpose of watching the original if you know he's going to become evil in the end? If
I
he's
don't
going to
even
become
think
evil
Luke's
again,
gonna be
if
in
he's going to
this
become
movie
evil,
that
why
long,
would you watch?
to tell you the truth. I think he's gonna be there for a few minutes, and the rest of the movie's gonna be like, oh, we found his hand and his lightsaber. Let's go give it back to him.
Or
But
maybe
that's stupid too.
clone him.
It is. It's horrible. That's a horrible storyline if that's what it is.
Yeah, I
Well,
hope
I don't
not.
think it is.
Well, wait a
I
minute.
really don't think it is.
It could have been worse because they were
Oh yeah.
going to do the TV series and they were going to do time travel and stuff, and I'm like, oh, forget this, because then it would have been really ridiculous. What's up, Scott? What's going on, Scott? Hey, what's going on,
Finally
bro?
will show up. Thinking you guys are
We're
already
just
over and done with.
Yeah, man, I know. How you doing, bro? We're just talking about Star Wars now. We're getting really into it. Yeah, you heard the whole thing. We'll get Chris. Why don't you just Scott? I'm sure Scott heard it, but just brush him up on what we're talking about.
Well, we were talking about how there's this rumor that Luke could be the villain in Episode 7, at least, and we're all in agreement that if Luke ever turned to the dark side in the movie series, it would be one of the worst things that they could do, because people would just be like, no, this is not what's going to happen, despite it happening in the expanded universe.
Prequels.
He can't be dark. I mean, this is not. He can't go to the dark side. That would just be terrible.
Now they could easily have him flirt with the dark side, where flirt with it, where it's like, is he turning? Is he not turning?
Right.
In that sort of standpoint. But as far as going full-fledged Sith,
Yeah.
no, that would destroy. That would pretty much screw everything up.
A good idea would be to have him be a Jedi that can use both Jedi and Sith Force powers and make him the balance of the Force in that time period, so that
where his father was supposed to have been the one, he ends up being the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can say, since the Chosen One is dead, he takes it upon himself to be the balance of the Force, so that nothing like what happened in the past ever occurs. Because you can't have light without the dark. So if the dark side's completely gone, there's a point where the light side starts to become the dark side because they have all the power. So it's like you need the balance, or else there's nothing. What's the point?
Definitely, because you do need that light, the dark inside the light, in order so that everybody knows. If this happens, I'm going to.
Right.
Because you have to have your foot in one side or the other. It doesn't matter which side you're with.
Right.
What do you think, Danette?
Oh, I agree completely.
And there's the other thing about Chewbacca losing an arm or something. What the hell is that about?
Why does everybody have to lose limbs in these movies?
Oh, what, did he get hit by a planet and they took his arm off?
That's
right. They took that little...
I'm like, what am I hearing? This whole lightsaber in the hand in space, that's the most horrible thing I've ever heard.
And why would you bring that back now? That happened in Empire Strikes Back. It's like, what?
And why would they lose the Millennium Falcon?
I
Like
hear it's
how
going to
they-
crash. Like, it's going to crash
I know
land at the
that-
beginning of the movie.
Oh, well, that's different.
I hope it doesn't, because, again, people see that, they're going to be like, I'm out. I'm done. You just crashed the
Probably.
ship.
Well, look at when this deal went forward, they had all these votes, and the executives from Disney, and they're like, "Oh, Yoda's in it." They're like, "Can't be." It's like they were like, "We want Darth Vader as the villain." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
And then they're like, Obi-Wan and Mace Windu are in it. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, like you can't. This isn't like. No, actually, they are in it now because they're going to do a flashback sequence, and they're going to have Darth Vader. They're going to have the Emperor in it.
Yeah.
They're going to have somebody else. They're going to have somebody else play the Emperor, and they're going to have a young Princess Leia, and the daughter, who's actually her daughter. What is it? Actually, her daughter in real life?
Oh, yeah?
I think something like that. Yeah. That's interesting.
So yeah, that's okay if they're gonna do. But I don't want like Yoda to show up and be like, "I used Force Resurrection and I'm here to help." Like, no,
Yeah,
no,
no
don't
way.
do that.
Yeah, I mean, I know he gave himself to the Force.
Yeah.
So if he gave himself, the Force could push him back out, but that's...
And if they wanted them to show up in modern time, show them as the Jedi ghosts. I'm okay with that.
Right, me too.
That's cool. But don't have them be like, "Oh, we're back," because there's a Force anomaly. It's like,
And
no.
then they throw the stuff out there that the Emperor's still alive because when he's fighting with Yoda, he's hopping around, leaping around, you know. So they're trying to say that, you know, just like same thing like Mace Windu. If he got thrown out to the window,
We never know what happened to Mace after that. The Emperor, he got dissolved, pretty much, in that power core.
Vaporized.
Yeah.
They could turn Mace Windu into a villain. Do something with him.
What?
The dark side.
No, that's true because his no, Bryan. Whenever he lightsaber duels, he turns to the dark side. His fighting style makes him turn to the dark side.
Oh.
Mace Windu. That's how he was able to beat Palpatine.
But it's also the fact that he is going against the Jedi Order too.
Yeah.
Like not going by the rules. So it's like, you know.
He could always be bitter at Luke, be like, "Your father cut my arm off and almost killed me."
No more Ewoks.
No.
Mace shows up, and then Anakin shows up as a Force ghost, and Luke is like, "Dad, what did you do?"
Wait a second. Mace
I had a bad day, all right?
Mace Windu wasn't part of the dark side.
Yes, Bryan. His fighting style is called Vapad, and the reason that it's the most dangerous Force fighting style is because you have to turn to the dark side and use your opponent's dark side against them.
Where'd you hear this?
That's in the book Shatterpoint, and it's if you read his backstory, that's why his apprentice tried to develop it.
That's why it's a different color lightsaber.
Yeah, his apprentice tried to use it, and he scolds her. He's like, "If you ever use this, I'm expelling you from the Jedi Order because you will turn to the dark side."
Wow.
The red sabers, if I remember right, are created from like are manufactured opposed to the other.
Yeah,
colors.
they're not natural. The red ones aren't natural, apparently.
That's
They're
so cool
synthetic.
that David Tennant was the builder of the lightsabers in the animated.
Was he really?
Great. Yeah,
Wow.
it's great. You
Yeah,
didn't hear his
I'm gonna
voice?
start reading the books.
No, I didn't watch Clone Wars, to tell you the truth.
Oh my God, it was David Tennant. I'm like, oh, he must be in his glory right now.
Wow. He got to be in Doctor Who and Star Wars?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's another added
Look at
one.
Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg is going to be in Star Wars now, also plus Star Trek, plus Doctor Who.
Really?
Got the trilogy there. Yeah,
he has reached the nirvana of geekness.
he has. Well, you knew Nick Frost was going to be in Doctor Who if Simon Pegg was in Doctor Who. I mean, come on, that was happening.
I mean, hey, go for
yeah,
it.
you know. Also, I heard that Matt Smith is coming back.
No.
Well, that's
If they do an anniversary, yeah.
in the Christmas
Which that-
episode.
I don't know about Christmas episode, but I know that.
No, I read the thing. It says like, look who's coming back for Christmas, and it shows Matt Smith.
You never
I
know.
guess
It could
he's
be
done filming
all
Terminator
the time.
Genesis.
Christmas. Prejudice and Zombies right now. Well, no,
Yeah.
right now he's filming Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Yep.
With Charles Dance and the Leah. What's her name? Leah Hanley, right? From the other Lannister. Saracen, right? Yeah, they're filming Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
I'm interested to see what he's doing in Terminator Genesis. I'm kind of.
I don't know who's playing. He's in 3 movies.
Oh, he's in 3?
He's getting the roles, though, I gotta say.
Yeah, now he is. Yeah, at first I didn't think he was.
Guys, see this?
I'm wondering if Walter Doppel's gonna start getting stuff too now.
Isn't Arthur Darvill doing
What's that?
plays?
I mean, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Look who's coming back. Look who's coming back for Christmas. See that?
That would be
That's
a huge
crazy.
spoiler if that's true. That would be a huge spoiler.
Ooh, I gotta remember.
They gotta stop doing this to Capaldi, though. I mean,
Yeah.
No, but you can see this, right?
yeah.
I saw it. I saw it.
All right.
I saw it. Why is it two
But
Bryans in
yes.
here? What happened, Brian? You cloned yourself?
It's a time loop.
Yeah.
No, it's called a chronic hysteresis.
Oh,
Scott, what do you think of, just to throw it off there now, you heard that Twin Peaks is coming back too?
The restaurant
You ever
or the
watch that?
TV show?
The TV
No,
show?
I caught a few of the episodes of Twin Peaks. But
Yeah,
it's never-
I was never really a fan, but just they're bringing Hellboy back now. Annabelle was a lot like Rosemary's Baby. Did you see Annabelle?
what?
Oh, I saw Annabelle. Yeah, I saw the movie, that horror flick Annabelle. That was good.
Wasn't that weird? Like it was like a Rosemary's Baby type feel
Yes, oh, that's the one thing I
with
started
the carriage and right.
Yeah, particularly down in
Right?
the where she had her
That was-
storage area.
Totally.
When the baby thing started growing.
The demon.
This is reminding me too much of Rosemary's Baby. Too much.
That's Rose, and the demon and everything. Like the demon coming after her. I was like, oh, that's Rosemary's Baby. Absolutely. I was shocked though. I didn't think they were going to do something like that. I thought it was just, and at first in the beginning it was dragging. I'm like, oh, this doll better do something.
That's the way
This doll
Equalizer
better do something because
so much, and then
yeah, and then it started. Then I was like, oh, this is getting good. So it was a success. I mean, you're probably gonna get sequels now too.
they're
Did you like
also
it?
planning on remaking I Am Legend. I forget the story they're
Oh,
going.
why?
Yeah,
No.
sound more like The Searchers with a
I
sci-fi
know.
feel to it.
I liked I Am
I
Legend.
don't know why.
Because they were trying to get a
Yeah, but
sequel
don't
from
reboot it
for a
now.
long time. They just couldn't work it out. And
They're trying to get a sequel from everything,
yeah,
from
Did you know that-
Independence Day and
Did you know that part was going to be played by Arnold Schwarzenegger?
what part?
The part of
Oh,
Robert
yeah.
Neville? Before Will Smith, they were thinking about
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Wow.
That would have been weird.
Yeah.
He's he's doing 3,
What?
and and they're turning Rambo Last Blood into like Rambo versus the Predator type of thing.
What?
He's fighting like
No.
a predator. Yeah, he's fighting like a predator-like creature. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Is he going to
Yeah.
box it?
Yeah, probably.
they must have a dump truck full of money.
Schwarzenegger versus Predator.
He's coming back as Rocky.
That's
He's gonna train
Well,
Apollo.
old folks' home and
He's
fighting
gonna
them.
be the trainer of Apollo Creed's grandson in Apollo Creed the movie.
weird.
I heard about that. I didn't know
Yeah.
Rambo was fighting the freaking Predator.
That's crazy. Well, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, he might as well come back to Predator too. Also, why
yeah.
not?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
yes.
think he's gonna say no if they all, because he's doing Terminator again. Why not?
He's doing a sequel to Twins. So
No.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
yes,
I heard that. Yes, he is.
triplets. Yeah.
Apart, but
And Eddie Murphy is doing Beverly Hills Cop 4, which I don't know if that's going to be good with
yeah,
in Detroit.
It would have been a TV series, and when that fell apart.
The funny thing was, right, the end of the pilot for his son taking over, he dies in his son's arms, and they filmed that, and then the movie execs are like, oh, hell no. Let's go back to... Let's go back.
Oh, that's right. The whole series, that whole movie bombed.
They never aired the pilot, and they're like, oh, we're going to make a rated R Beverly Hills Cop again. And they're bringing that back. And now Rush Hour is going to TV series. Martin's coming back to Fox after I don't know how many years, a new version. And Married with Children is getting spinned off with a Ted Bundy.
What?
Yeah,
What?
that's coming
Married
back.
with
Yeah, it's coming back. Yeah,
Bud.
I mean, like
It was Bud.
actual
Bud,
character children,
Bud. Yep. That's
not a
coming back.
reboot.
Joey.
Not a reboot.
It's a sequel thing.
If they're
A
going to
sequel to Married with Children?
yeah, they're going to use Bud.
Are you
Bundy.
like serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh my god! Oh my god! A sequel to Married with Children.
Yes.
I love that. That was my favorite comedy back in the '90s.
And Martin's coming back too. With Ashanti, he's going to play the part of his wife. So, what else is coming back? I don't know, dude. They're doing a negotiation phase right now.
Like they're talking to Ed O'Neill and all the other guys to come back.
Oh, they're absolutely doing it.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sure they're absolutely doing it, yeah. Oh yeah, then we got the Vacation reboot,
Mm-hmm.
which Rusty and his family
Yeah.
and Clark
Yeah,
and his
Hollywood.
grandfather. I don't know. How do you think that's going to be, Scott?
Hey, wait,
That's
let me
what
look
I'm
that up.
looking for.
Terrible, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's just certain things that they just need to leave alone. Not because of it's being nostalgic, but you know what's going to happen. By the second movie, they're going to just be doing another Home Alone and all that, which pretty much that.
They always do Home
Second
Alone.
Hangover. Hangover 2 was good, but it was too much like the first.
And Greg's American Heroes come back to TV, new series.
They're going to try not to do what they did with the second season, which was a continuation.
Yeah.
My understanding from Heroes, each season was supposed to be separate. And
Oh,
then
Heroes is coming back, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if William Catt is going to appear in Great American Hero as a cameo or something. I wonder.
Heroes is gonna be back.
What else is coming? Yeah, Heroes is coming back, and then what else is coming back? Something to Netflix. They were
Oh,
gonna
well, I got that Daredevil and I know it's not coming back, but Daredevil, Luke Cage, and a few. They're bringing those to.
Yeah.
The first season of the Heroes was the best out of all of them.
First season. And then started getting.
Yeah,
downhill.
it started to go downhill after that.
Did you watch Heroes, Danette?
Yeah, I watched it on Netflix.
You liked it?
It was pretty good, but like everybody said, first season was the best.
Because the gal from I forget Sue Thomas FBI, she was the gal who did the whole colors thing in the last season.
Yeah.
I stopped watching it after they started doing stupid stuff. I was like,
I stuck with it just because I was in because there's like nothing else on TV.
Now, if only they can get Scott Bakula for Quantum Leap, then I'd be happy.
I don't think that show.
I don't think they will.
Because look what they did with Sliders. The Sliders started off being real good, and then they went totally off the wall. That's why
they could do an Evil Leaper thing, and they could fix that whole thing with the last episode with Dean Stockwell, and they could restore the reality back to where it was.
No,
Sweet.
Entire series, so I'm gonna start watching the TV show. I've only seen the couple minutes of the pilot, which
the
I
Halloween
like,
episode
so I'm
was
gonna
my favorite.
start watching them.
Remember the Halloween episode, Scott?
Yeah, I've got it recorded somewhere on a videotape somewhere. I mean, that the one where he was the devil. I mean, I love that.
Absolute my favorite episode.
It's a good idea, but I don't know if he's gonna have time. He's doing NCIS.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the other day. I saw Stalker.
Was that any good?
Yeah. It was real good. By Kevin Williamson. Yeah, it was real good.
What was it?
Stalker on CBS.
Oh.
Wednesdays, I think. Yeah, you gotta see that.
Right.
That was good. Yeah.
I gotta check out Hulu and look that up.
I saw the replay on Sunday. Yeah, Oh, Saturday was the replay. Saturday was good.
I still got to
Yeah.
watch the full episode of Gotham. At least the second episode.
I gotta get into. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch Sleepy Hollow. I gotta get back into. Let's see.
It's actually pretty.
Sleepy Hollow is really good.
Yeah, I just saw that tonight. It was good episode tonight.
Oh, and Lost
that's-
maybe. Lost may be coming back too. You heard that?
Wait.
Lost?
What?
Yeah, you heard that? They're trying to
No.
get. They're trying to get it to come back. Yeah, for Netflix.
What?
Like film. Yeah, continue it. Lost. Yeah.
Has anybody been watching Intruders?
No, how is that?
It's really good. At first, I wasn't into it because I had no idea what the hell was going on.
I didn't like
And
it.
What the?
then when they started explaining stuff, I was like, "Wow, this is
What
a
the-
really weird concept."
But what the hell is it?
Okay, so basically, there's this group of they're like a secret society, right? Who have discovered that when people die, so when certain people die, if they go through this process when they die, their soul returns into like an object or something, and if you show that object to, they haven't really explained this whole thing yet, but they have these things called triggers, where if you show the trigger to a certain individual, the soul awakens in their body and they replace that other person's soul.
Ooh.
So it basically the main villain was he was like a child molester, and he was like a really, really horrible serial killer, right? And he's been doing this for like hundreds of years. One of the people who hated him, who was also in this secret society, brought him back in the body of a 9-year-old girl, and he was gonna kill him, but he's like, he couldn't do it because right when he was about to kill him, the girl, the original soul, took over the body again. And was like, "Don't do it. I don't know why you're gonna shoot me." And he was like, "Oh my God, I can't do this." But then she runs away, and then like he gets a phone call from her, and it's the other guy, and he's like, "Oh, you should have killed me, but you didn't." It's a really good show. John Sim, unbelievable.
Wow.
He's unbelievable in this role. It's
I
crazy.
gotta watch this. I gotta watch this.
I didn't like it. I saw the pilot and I didn't like it.
Bryan, let me just say this: the pilot does not do the show any justice. You have to keep watching. You have to get to like episode 3 or 4 before it starts getting good. Like the craziest thing was like it happens to his wife, and this isn't a spoiler because it's in the commercials. This happens to his wife, and he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And he's like, "You're acting really strange and whatnot." And like his wife is like, "Oh well, all the fun we had last night, that wasn't your wife, that was me." And he was like, "What?" And yeah, it's crazy.
What?
It's crazy. Yeah, like his wife.
What the hell? I gotta
She's
watch
like,
this.
"Oh, we've never been like that before." And he's like, "What?"
You got my series up my alley.
It's crazy.
I tell you what, another show that's crazy. The Leftovers, man. The
my God.
Leftovers.
Oh yeah.
You gotta see The Leftovers, Joe.
All right. I gotta watch it. I still
They're
got it.
making a
I'll
movie
watch
like that too. They're making a movie called Left Behind, which is based off like a TV
Yeah.
series of the same same idea.
it. That was Kirk Cameron was in the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage is going to be in the new one.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
They have to make a real
Nicolas Cage.
Really?
I didn't
Why?
understand what they were doing at first, but then when I saw
Nicolas
him pick
Cage
up-
is in the Left Behind, right?
Are you?
yeah, in the movie, because I didn't understand what was going on at first, but then when he's a pilot, he picks up his co-pilot's clothes, and they're just sitting there. I was like, oh, I know what this is, and then it was Left Behind. I was like, okay.
Wow.
Really? Nicholas.
I don't know. That's still in the theaters, right?
I don't think it came out yet,
That's
actually.
still in the theaters,
No,
right?
no, it comes out.
I think it is.
I can't remember if it's next year or so, but it has. Yeah, I know it's coming out.
Oh, it's coming out.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
gotta
not
watch
out
it.
yet.
Yeah.
I gotta see that. Oh, my girlfriend Shaman saw Gone Girl.
Oh,
She said it was fantastic. She said Ben
Somebody
Affleck was fantastic.
I'm gonna go see.
She said Ben Affleck was fantastic. She said.
Yeah, I want to see that. I'll probably wait until it comes out in DVD.
Equalizer was real good too. It was,
Was it really?
Yeah, it was another one that was slow. And when you see the end, you start thinking,
What did you review it for? What did you give it?
I would say Equalizer, I would definitely say it's a full price and matinee movie and DVD rental. I mean, DVD must. The horror flick that came, which was pretty much, let's just call it Rosemary's Baby remake. I'd say matinee and at least a DVD worthy.
Okay. But you really liked Equalizer, really?
Yes, it was
that
good.
Good, huh?
Like I said, the ending started to make you think,
wow.
Well, there's a new the Flash comes on tomorrow. The new TV show Flash.
Yeah, I gotta check that. I still gotta get in touch with. I gotta watch Arrow. I gotta get into that.
Oh, you gotta, yes.
Stuff with Arrow. I keep watching it, and I get busy doing other stuff.
I keep missing Arrow, but I gotta get into that too.
Yeah, they're making a Teen Titans TV series, a live action.
It's gonna have Nightwing.
Supergirl, they're making TV series.
Ooh, speaking of which, the Nightwing series is returns. Season 2 is started on YouTube too. I caught the second episode today or yesterday. It was called Origins, and it was done really good too.
Wow. Aquaman's getting a thing, isn't he?
Oh God.
Aquaman's gonna have a big part in the Batman Superman movie.
Oh crap!
Apparently his part transcends. Apparently his part transcends into Man of Steel.
No. Please no.
What a disaster! What a disaster that's gonna be.
Well,
that's gonna be like.
The rumors that I'm hearing right now. The rumors that I'm hearing right now are that there could be 2 instances where he shows up in Man of Steel. They're like, how did he get out of the ocean in the beginning, and how did he get out of the ocean after he took out the world engine?
Oh God.
My answer was, well, he's Superman.
God.
But apparently I'm wrong, and Superman can drown now. So, hey.
Someone was probably fishing.
I don't want to know.
Nabbed him with
As it is, they're altering the whole DC universe back to normal. So, Crisis the Infinite Returning. That's nuts. All right, gang. I'm gonna have to call it a night. It's been a great 2007.
Yeah.
2017.
No, this is the 2,700th video of mine. 2,700th video.
Woo!
Yay!
Happy George.
Let's have 2,700 more.
We
awesome. We probably will. Yeah, started December 2011, and we're in 2014. We're already at 2,700.
So Joe, before you go, like, what do you think? Again, what do you think about William Shatner returning as an older Chris Pine?
Oh,
I'll take William. I don't want him to be. I want him to be our Kirk, but I'll take him whatever way we can get him as Kirk.
Yeah, because they're like ripping it. They're not ripping it, but they're just like really like oh no, this is stupid. This is so terrible in the comments, and I'm like, it's the same. It's okay, you know. I'll take it, you know.
It's the final appearance of William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy together.
Yeah.
I don't care. I want them together. So let's see it.
So, but do you think like the ship will, like you said, do you think they'll escape into the original universe altogether?
I just have a feeling that the TV series is going to continue with the main universe, and this is just going to all be. They're going to start showing things falling apart, and it's just, the timeline's going to be restored. I think that's the way they're going to do it.
Yeah, so like
Then again, maybe they'll continue them both.
But you think both Kirks are going to be on the ship when they go into the other universe?
No.
Dude, I don't think they're gonna make it that technical.
No.
I think I think they're just gonna explain it away with the last scene will be them together. And it would just
probably
be
explain it where Kirk came to the conclusion where, okay, yes, I've got to die because he was willing to give up his life. Where
I would see that they would both sacrifice themselves, Kirk and Spock together.
Yeah.
That's the way they would die out, together, not separate, because Kirk wouldn't die alone.
Sundance Kid type of setup.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's the way we'll have it. Because they were a tag team. They were always the best of friends, so they should die together.
Yeah.
Right, Scott?
Yeah, but I don't get it. Why can't they be on the ship when they go back?
I don't know. I just think they're going to die off that way. Well, we'll see. But there's already talks of a Star Trek series in 2017.
Yeah, I know. Even Brent Spiner said he believes that it'll come.
Oh boy.
I predict 2017, and then I predict in 2019 will be a second Star Trek TV series because they're going to start doing 2. I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
If they do Star Trek thing, it's going to be one of those. It's probably not going to be exactly. It's probably going to do it like they do with like DS9 or Voyager. It's going to be different ships opposed to the actual Enterprise.
Yeah.
I think the series would actually be the Enterprise. I think 2017 if they do it, it's actual brand new Enterprise.
Yeah.
Years after Next Generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, this new Enterprise is going to come through. So they're going to have 2 Enterprises?
No, this is going to be a new Enterprise. Take place. 87 was when Next Generation started, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be wow.
Exception.
30 years after Next Generation.
Had only
30 years after Next Generation. 30 years after Next Generation started.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Really? Oh.
87.
It's going to be the 50th of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 30 years. Okay.
Wow, that's great. I'm all for a new Star Trek TV series or 2. Absolutely.
Yeah. So like,
it's time to bring that back.
So, like, will JJ Enterprise escape through into the Prime Universe, like you said?
Okay, I lost
and if
it.
it does, why would they need a new Enterprise?
Listen, it's going to be a new generation. Maybe they'll call it Star Trek New Generation instead of Next Generation, New Generation. And it's going to be, Picard's old, Worf's old. They're all old. And it's just going to be a new, young group flying a new Enterprise.
The other characters from Voyager and Next Generation and DS9 as a random segue.
Right. That's what I said.
Primarily new characters with a new 5-year, however many year mission.
That's what I said. And then you'll have Brett Spinner as a
probably an admiral by this time.
His consciousness of Data taking over the robot. Yeah.
Ooh,
all right.
Data.
All right, guys. I like Data. What are you talking about? All right, guys. That's it for tonight. Thank you, gang. 2,700 videos, 2,700 more. Can't wait. It's been a great adventure doing videos since 2011. I'm very happy, and this whole invention of podcasts and everything, I love that too. So that will continue. The Everything Show, the Horror Cast, the Real Walking Cast, which I loved our Walking Dead podcast, the Real Whovians Cast. All that stuff's going to continue and more. So come along for the ride. All right? Live long and prosper.